Lisa, you're up.
So follow that, Lisa.
Listen, first of all, I'm trying to figure out why did I have to come up right here, right now? Oh my God, the room is hot. It is hot. I am, just sitting here, taking all of this that is happening in at the moment, and I'm thinking, wow, what an amazing group of people, very well-rounded. And when I introduced myself before, I've been a little bit, on the reserve, a little bit quiet, a little bit, just kind of, because this is a new thing for me. Because I'm really just a very bold, outspoken person. If I feel it, if I feel that it's right, I always try to say what's right. And I think here in the last few weeks, I've been very vocal about my position as an African-American woman and being a part of the millennial generation, not caring, just not really caring about what's happening in the world, making light of it, making fun, or just having such a negative opinion about the things that are happening. Now, most recently, I went live and I talked about, people talking about rioting and looting and all the things that are going on. And I said, we as a generation, we have to learn how to say, I don't agree with what exactly you're doing, but I support the reason why you're doing it. And I think that, my stance, and I really got very, 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 because I'm really passionate about a lot of stuff. I've almost teared up like 3 times listening to everybody else talk, because I'm so passionate about doing the right thing and standing up for ourselves. And I was thinking, what are you going to talk about, Lisa? What are you going to say? Because you're a singer, I sing gospel. I'm an artist. I've traveled all over the world. And I too have been a victim of feeling like when I'm in the airport and I'm sitting in first class beside somebody whose skin color is not mine, I have to make sure that I speak first and make sure that I even place what I'm going to wear to the airport, because I don't want anybody to judge me or make a make a assumption about who I am because of the color of my skin, making sure my hair is a certain way, making sure I got the certain type of luggage, because I want them to see an artist, a person, a human, not just a Black girl. And I started to think about, okay, what are you going to talk about, Lisa? What is, how are you going to fit into this equation? Well, I did mention before is that I have a women's retreat that I do every year. I'm an artist. I've been singing, traveling across the world for 20 plus years. And God has afforded me some amazing opportunities. 2017, I started a women's conference called Loving Me Again Women's Retreat. And Pastor December mentioned something about her skin color. Now, I was thinking to myself that, okay, that was confirmation that what I was thinking was right. Because as a young Black girl growing up in the world, I became so insecure with who I was for a number of reasons. Because I grew up in a single parent home. My parents were divorced when I was 7. So all of my other friends were married. They had their mother and their father and their sisters and brothers. And we all lived in a nice neighborhood, had a pool in the back, but I only lived with my mom and my brother. So the dynamic of knowing who I was and, being insecure about who I was, even on top of that, dealing with racism, began to create this insecure little girl. And I didn't realize how powerful I was, how strong I was. And you got to think about, when you talk about racism, the things that you see in the depictions of TV. I watched when I was a teenager, the commercials, about family. You'd see a white guy and a white lady with the ring on their finger, and they'd have a family. But when you saw a Black woman, you saw a Black lady by herself with a baby. That was a depiction that the media began to place, TV commercials and, television shows and, different things always poured into who I was as an insecure young woman. So I was thinking, what are you going to talk about, Lisa? What are you going to say? And I remembered a poem that I wrote years and years and years ago, and I wanted to share it. And it's called Dear Miss Insecurity. A lot of people don't know I'm a singer, but I love to write. I've kept a journal since I was 16. I write poems and I write all kinds of stuff. I'm working on a 21-day devotional now called 21 Days to Loving Me. And it's just practical steps to understanding how important we are as Black women. And it's no shade to no other race or no other ethnicity, but I can only speak from my perspective of life. But that doesn't stop me from listening to other people. levels. And I think, again, this is one of the things that I feel like is necessary in this hour, that these young women, these young men, especially the ones who follow us, and they're looking at reality TV now, and it looks, glamorous, and there all of these other things that are shaping what's important to them, when it should be being educated, being okay, and being bold to stand for something and not just fall for any old little thing. So I wrote this poem a couple years ago, and I thought this is a perfect time to share, because I've never shared it before. It's called Dear Miss Insecurity. It says, Dear Miss Insecurity, in my adolescence, I didn't even know your name, but your attributes are present. Because of you, you made me feel ashamed. There you hid in my imagination, afraid to state your piece, because even when I was strong, waiting to be unleashed, 1/4 of me was missing, and I was too young to see that it was the beginning of my journey with Miss Insecurity. Dear Miss Insecurity, in my teenage years, I questioned my life. One parent, 2 children. Something just isn't right. My view of life had one lens. My focus was surely off. I couldn't see what I had. All I could see is what I lost. Half of me is missing. I don't even know that I've been robbed. I'm fighting to fit in. Miss Insecurity, who was now in charge. Dear Miss Insecurity, in my early 20s, I'm a statistic as a single mother looking for an escape, looking for love in all the wrong places. My low esteem won't even let me wait. Anxious to beat the odds, left me broken, confused, and alone. It caused me to look for me, finding pieces of me that were gone. 3/4 of me is missing. This time I gave me away. Miss Insecurity has surely gotten comfortable. Now she has a place to stay. Dear Miss Insecurity, in my late 20s, I found myself. I dusted off my self-esteem and put it back on the shelf. I ran into my purpose and learned how to love myself. No longer was I considered by the frivolous, loathing opinion of the insecurities that once were. The people who birthed them, the stories that made them, were now all a blur. Dear Miss Insecurity, the world already had you pledged. No way you can be secure watching your father, your uncle, your son, your brother die, even after he begged. Black, brown, blue, or indifferent. We all have purpose. So many other things you should be worried about, not whether or not they're going to hurt us. Yes, the world has hurt us mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and beyond. But trust me, homegirl, it's a fixed fight, and you're standing despite your position. You've already won. Miss Insecurity is now missing, but no need to alert the press. She was evicted when I was resurrected. My worst has produced my best. If you see her, tell her thank you for breaking me apart. It released the oil inside of me and mended my broken heart. The woman that I am today, in all of my awesomeness, is a masterpiece. But I would never be able to appreciate it without Miss Insecurity. So I keep thinking about, as a woman standing in this world, standing in this place, that we have to be vocal, that we have to be bold, and we have to speak with authority, that God made it. December just told us, Pastor just made it plain, that we were all created to be here. He didn't stop at just creating one race. He did not stop at creating somebody. That was all man-made stuff. I'm adamant and standing and using my platform and my voice to say, listen, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And what we have to stand against right now is racism. It is not okay. Injustice is not okay. And if you are quiet and you don't have anything to say either way, then you are a part of the problem. And I've taken my responsibility to commission my sisters and brothers we make tons of money off of people buying our records, off of people booking us to concerts, off of, I've been all over the world making a ton of money off of saying that I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that he died. I believe that he rose. I believe that all of us are created equal. I believe that he created us in his image, and everything that he created, like Pastor December said, was good. But I would be remiss if I could have all of that, all of the money, all of the wealth, the houses, the cars, and all of the opportunities that God helped me with, and I did not use my voice to say racism is not okay. And we're not going to be silent. We're going to do it with a smile. I'm not going to feel no type of way. I'm not an angry Black woman, but I am an angry Black woman. Oh yeah, I am. Yes, I am. I'm angry because we haven't taught our generations, our women, our young ladies how to teach their children. We need to stop worrying about wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton and red bottoms. Forget all of that. Teach your children who they are. Teach our children that we don't have to be what they've called us, that we don't have to be victimized, and we don't have to take the position of the labels that they've placed on us. No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at you, but I'm angry at everybody. Because we have been silent for so long. We have taken it for so long. We have been victimized for so long. I have countless stories of racism and acts of injustice, even against me and my family, my children, my sister and I sitting in a restaurant. A guy sitting behind us said, "Oh, what y'all about to order? Y'all about to order some chicken. I know that's what y'all want." Instantly, my sister got mad and frustrated, and she was ready to cuss the guy out and go. And I said, "Oh, wait a minute. Calm down." Because if we respond like that, that's exactly how they want us to respond. So instead, I'll order my chicken and eat it right in his face, because I am who God created me to be. And I'm not a victim of your superstitions or your whatever you think about it. I am who I am. And that's the part I want us to address and embrace. I am who I am. And I'm never going to change. Nothing about me is going to change. I'm educated. I'm smart. My children are educated, they're smart, and we're friends and family and all across the world. Our people we somebody, everybody, not just me. I have white brothers and sisters, Caucasian brothers and sisters, and I love them the same. But until we make a conscious decision to deal with those insecurities within our communities, outside of our communities, until that conversation is had, until the insecurities are laid out on the table and we're able to deal with them so that we could be boldly and with authority who we were created to be, then I don't want to say I have hope. I don't want to say I don't have hope. I do have hope. I have hope and I have faith, because I do understand that now faith, like right now, is the substance of things that are hoped for and the evidence of things that are not seen. And I believe that, this is the time and the hour. I'm adamant and passionate about what I believe. And I want to thank Eb and Flo for, just giving me an opportunity to just be myself. I was nervous about what you gonna say. And I was thinking, well, I'm gonna say what I would say if I was talking to people who follow me. If I was talking to the people that I share with daily, I would tell them to stand. Kill those insecurities. And I'm honored to be a part of this conversation with such amazing, amazing people. Amazing. I'm blown away. Pastor December, Miss Vivian, April, Miss Sonia, Miss Cleo, you guys have blown me away. Marcus, Javion, Mr. Keith, you guys have blown me away, and I'm honored again to be a part. So there's my little piece. Insecurity must die so that we can live.